So you're thinking about moving to Charlotte, North Carolina, but you're wondering if it's going to have the big city feel or just nonstop traffic, construction every day and everywhere, and crazy home prices. Before you pack your bags, stay with me so we can talk about all the real pros and some very big cons about moving to Charlotte and what side of Charlotte you actually live on. And a couple of these cons may make you rethink moving to Charlotte. So my name is Carrie Carrico, and I'd love to be able to chat with you about your move to North Carolina and Charlotte. If this is your first time to my channel, please definitely hit the button below and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming content. And I'd love to be able to chat with you. If you have any questions about your move, you can call, text, or DM me, or hit the Zoom button below and set up a time where we can have a chat about your upcoming move. So most people I talk to about moving to Charlotte are from all around the country. They're from out west, up north, and down south. And they ask, what is it really like living in Charlotte? So in this video, we're going to walk you through all the pros and cons of what it's really like living in Charlotte day to day and whether or not it's the place for you to live. We're going to jump in and talk about neighborhoods, commute times, different parts of the city, schools. We're going to talk a little bit about everything and just kind of show you all the pros and cons of what life is really like in Charlotte. So stick with me to the end. I'd love to be able to show you what life is like in Charlotte and if it's right for you. Let's start out with one of the biggest pros about moving to Charlotte is the economy and the job economy. Charlotte is the biggest city in North Carolina, and it also has the biggest city feel of all the cities in North Carolina. Job-wise, it is a huge financial hub. So if you work in finance or the financial banks, etc., Charlotte might be the best place for you. It also has a very strong health sector. So if you work in the hospitals or medical position, it might be a great place for you to find a job. And it's a very healthy job market, finance as well as the health industry. So if you're coming from somewhere that maybe is a little bit slower, moving to Charlotte might make you feel like it's a huge step up job-wise. So definitely that is a huge pro for Charlotte. The number 2 pro for moving to Charlotte is the variety of neighborhoods and different pocket suburbs of Charlotte. There's just so many. So it's so diverse. You're gonna find a place for everyone in any kind of neighborhood that you're looking for, because you've got Myers Park, you've got Noda, you've got Millwood, you've got all different types of neighborhoods or suburbs. You've also got Valentine, you've got all over by the airport. So you've got a little bit of everything for everyone. If that's what you're looking for, a great community, a cool neighborhood, or a suburb that is just a few minutes outside of the city that feels like a traditional neighborhood, it's got a little bit for everyone. So cost of living in Charlotte versus other metropolitan cities is another huge pro. Is Charlotte cheap? Not really anymore. But versus cities like Boston, New York City, New Jersey, California, many cities in California, Charlotte is a lot cheaper. So cost of living overall, food, cost of homes, cost of transportation is going to be a lot cheaper in Charlotte versus these big metropolitan cities. Charlotte is a big metropolitan city in itself, but cost of living overall is going to be cheaper. Another pro about living in Charlotte is that the airport's there, and we have an international airport that flies everywhere. So if you travel a lot, it's pretty easy to hop on a flight out of Charlotte's airport and go anywhere and everywhere because it is an international airport and you can go anywhere in the US or in the world from Charlotte. So that's one huge pro, that if you like to travel or you travel a lot for work, that the airport's there and it goes everywhere. Another pro about living in Charlotte is the weather. and the seasons. Charlotte has 4 seasons. North Carolina overall has 4 seasons. So you're going to have a real spring, real summer, fall, and winter. So you're going to have a little bit of everything. If you love all the seasons, it's the best place for you. The summers are warm, but they're not extreme. You will have high humidity, but it's nothing crazy like the deep south. The falls are very mild and the springs are also very mild. The winters are not as extreme as the north, where you're going to have huge amounts of snows and below 0 temperatures. It's going to be cool and cold. You'll have a real winter, but nothing crazy. We don't get a ton of snow. We don't get 5 inches or 10 inches. Most of our winters, we only see an inch or 2, and that's a lot for North Carolina and Charlotte. So if you want 4 seasons and you want more mild temperatures or more manageable temperatures, it's definitely a huge pro that we have 4 seasons and that you can enjoy all of them. Also, the lifestyle, because of the weather and the seasons, you can really enjoy outdoor living huge amounts. In Charlotte, we've got multiple lakes, so you can hit the lake if you have a boat or you like to boat. You can ride, bike, run. You have a lot of options for outdoor life. You can hike, you can camp, you have anything and everything. You're also just a few hours in between the beach as well as the mountains. So you're kind of in the middle and kind of can go both directions in just a few hours as well. So outdoor life, weather, overall, its quality of life is, you've got it living in Charlotte. Let's have a quick pause and you tell me below in the comments, what is the lifestyle you're looking for, the city you're looking for, job market you're looking for, or what kind of home or suburb are you looking for in Charlotte? And I'd love to be able to help you find that in Charlotte. Also, I love seeing where everybody's watching from. So below in the comments, let me know where you're watching from today. Let's jump into the cons. And there are a couple cons and pretty big cons in Charlotte. Number 1 con is traffic. On the map, it could look like you're driving 10 miles, but in Charlotte, depending on what day it is, what time it is, and what road you're on, it could take 30 minutes. And with construction, it can even be worse. The roads in Charlotte always have construction. So you just have to be aware that because the city is growing so fast, that construction on roads is continual. And therefore, it's also going to make your commute time even longer. So just be aware that's one of the biggest cons in Charlotte is traffic. Another con about moving to Charlotte is the cost of homes and the prices rising. Because it's such a popular city and we have so much growth, the median average price right now is the mid-low 400s for a home, but there's a lot of competition for that as well because that's the median average. So if you're looking for a home in the 400s, the low 400s, or even below 400, it could be hard to find. And the city's growing so fast that we still are seeing a lot of competition in purchasing a home and buying a home. So you could run into multiple offers, even though the market has really changed around the country and everywhere else. But because we have so much growth, you're going to be in a competitive market in some senses. The number 3 con for moving to Charlotte is really the growing pains that Charlotte's having. The crowded schools, the crowded roads, fuller grocery stores. Overall, the city's trying to build and accommodate for all the folks moving to Charlotte. So there is some growing pains. So that is a huge deal that you really have to look at and make sure that you're okay with understanding that you're moving to a city that's growing and you might run into a full school or more traffic, like we said before, competitive home prices and home prices that are still rising in a market that we're seeing in other areas of the country, prices decreasing. So that could be a big con that you need to definitely look at. The 4th con is weather in North Carolina, and if you can handle the summers. They're not as bad as some areas in the South, but you will have a warm, hot, humid summer. So if you don't like humidity, it may not be the place for you, as well as allergies, because you will have more allergies in the South. And if you have an issue with allergies already wherever you're living, the South and North Carolina and Charlotte might be worse for you. So definitely these are cons that you have to kind of take into account when you're thinking about moving to Charlotte, whether you can handle the hot, humid summers as well as the allergies allergies, because you will have more allergies living in Charlotte and in North Carolina in general. The last con about moving to Charlotte is the big city feel for you. It's not going to be a sleepy town, quiet city. It's hustling and bustling. There's lots of traffic. You have a lot of people. You have a big downtown. So if that is not what you're looking for and you're wanting a sleepy city or a smaller town, you might want to look otherwise. Now, there is suburbs that might fit the box for you, but Charlotte in general is going to be a city. It's going to be a big, busy city that's growing and full of people. So a lot of people pick Charlotte because of the lifestyle, the job opportunities, and everything in between. But really, the biggest thing that you need to look at when you're thinking about moving to Charlotte is really the area and what works best for you and what fits best for your lifestyle or what you're looking for in a lifestyle, because that's either going to make or break your move to Charlotte. So if you're still thinking about Charlotte and maybe Charlotte is the next move for you, or maybe the place that you want to call home, please don't do it on your own. Reach out to me. I'd love to be able to help you. I help people every day decide whether or not Charlotte is the place that they want to call home or the next place that they want to call home, or if it just doesn't work at all. I'd love to be able to help you. You can call, text, or DM me, or hit the link below and set up a Zoom meeting, and we can chat about what life would look like living in Charlotte and if it really works for you. Again, people reach out to me every day, whether it's 6 days or 9 years from now. I'd love to be able to help you figure out if Charlotte is the place for you to call home.